Hello and welcome to another meditation session. Today we will be meditating for 6 beautiful minutes. We will set an intention to really get back on motivation and not on motivation, but on actually doing, creating momentum. So that's why only 6 minutes. Well, it's going to be a 5 minute meditation, but we give ourselves 1 minute to stretch, to drink some water in case we need it. I really want to break down my meditations throughout the day to build more momentum to get into the habit of meditation because I kind of lost the habit for the past few days. And this way, if I break it down into smaller chunks, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's just going to compound. It's going to build the habit back up again. So it will become easier and easier to meditate and create presence in my life. So that's one way to do it. It works for any kind of habit that you want to build. Instead of waiting for 38 days to get the 38 repetitions that you need to build a habit, you can just break it down into smaller chunks, do it 5 times a day, and then you have the habit way faster. If you break it down and you do it 10 times a day, then you will get there in like 4 days, which is amazing. After 4 days of doing it 10 times a day, doing the meditation 10 times a day for 2 minutes, you will just have this new habit formed so easily because whenever you want to build a habit, the hardest part is starting, not the habit itself. Once you put yourself down and you start to meditate or you start to work or do whatever you want, whatever habit you want to create, you're just going to find yourself 30 seconds in just being like, oh, this is so easy. Why didn't I do this? Why did I slack off and for doing this? Why did I put this not the what you did blah, blah, blah. If we slur our words, we don't judge. That's the main thing in this community we are building here. Remember, there are no ads because you deserve meditation without any distractions. And last thing to finish my thinking, you are procrastinating on some issues, on some habits, only because you haven't built that starting muscle. So, whenever you break down, you're also building the idea of just starting, the idea of just putting yourself to do something, and that's the most difficult thing. Once you put yourself to do it, it just time flies by. And without further ado, let's start the timer. And there you go. The timer is over. If you want to build if you want to build a habit faster, you have two choices. You break it down and into smaller increments, and then you meditate or build the habit, whatever it is. But you also have the location. If you do it all the time in the same location, it will be formed way faster in the same chair, in the same spot. Everything is the same. The more it is the same, the faster your brain creates the habit. But if you want your habit to stick for a long time, you also need to, don't need, but anyway, you also need to do it in other places, change the space all the time so that the habit gets formed in other environments as well. Because part of the habit is also the ritual, sitting in the same chair, doing the same thing. It's habitual. That's why it's called a habit. And it will become second nature if you install that program in other places as well. So it's not location dependent. The habit doesn't become location dependent. I had done this before where I built this habit, this beautiful meditation habit, in the same exact spot for months and months. And whenever I changed or I went on a vacation, I stopped meditating because I was dependent on that. So, on that chair and that space, that room. So, the more you just do it everywhere, the easier it is to just stick with it for long term. And thank you for watching. Thank you once again for being here. And I would like to know, where are you from and how long do you like to meditate for? What interests you in the meditation, and what do you get out? What do you feel like it helped you do? What In what ways has your life changed since you started a meditation practice? Thank you once again, and see you in the next one.